have been killed by a bear in New Jersey. Number 2. Jim Morrison. This picture of Jim Morrison and his friend Pamela Courson was taken just hours before his death. He was 27 years old, joining a long list of other celebrities and musicians who died when they were 27. The official cause of death was heart failure from a heroin overdose, but there's still much controversy surrounding his demise. Number 3. Columbine High School. The man in this photo is William David Sanders, a teacher at Columbine High School in Colorado on the day when Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 13 people and injured 21 more. Sanders warned the students in the cafeteria to get to safety, but he was killed as he protected them. This photograph was taken just seconds before he was killed. Number 4. Station Nightclub Fire. In February 2003, the band Great White was headlining a show at the Station nightclub in Rhode Island when their pyrotechnics display caught the building on fire. It killed more than 100 people and injured 230 more. While most of the band escaped unharmed, the lead guitarist, Ty Longley, was tragically killed in the flames. Number 5. Paul Walker. This picture shows the actor Paul Walker, famous for his role in the Fast and Furious series of movies, leaving the charity event he was hosting on the day he died. This is the same car he would die inside of just minutes later as he got into a car crash after driving entirely too fast and furiously. Number 6. PSA Flight 182. Someone was in position to snap this picture of one of the worst airline disasters in history as Pacific Southwest Airlines Flight 182 collided in midair with another aircraft, a tiny Cessna 172. The crash killed 144 people in total, and it's the deadliest crash in the state of California's history. Up until the 9/11 attacks, it was the deadliest air crash in American history. Number 7. Notorious B.I.G. This photo, taken on March 9th, 1997, shows the rapper Notorious B.I.G. and his friend Puff Daddy at a record industry party. Minutes later, as B.I.G. left the party and was stopped at a red light in his GMC Suburban, he was shot 4 times by an unknown assailant in a drive-by shooting. He would not live to see the morning. To this day, the murder has not been solved. Number 8. 1961 U.S. figure skating team. Here, we see the 1961 U.S. figure skating team posing for a picture, just as they're about to take off and head to Belgium for the World Championships. They made it across the Atlantic, but when they reached Belgium, conditions were icy, and their plane crashed upon landing. All of them lost their lives. If only the plane had had ice skates. Number 9. Hot air balloon picture. On January 7th, 2012, none of the 11 people on board this sightseeing balloon probably thought they were going to die. They had just been up in the air exploring the beautiful scenery around Carterton, New Zealand. But as their balloon attempted to land, it connected with high-voltage power lines, causing it to catch fire and kill everyone on board. Later analysis of the pilot showed he may have been using marijuana at the time. Number 10. Ian Curtis picture. Ian Curtis, the frontman of post-punk band Joy Division, is shown here with his infant daughter Natalie in May 1980, just days before he committed suicide. As evidenced by his bleak lyrical imagery, Curtis suffered from depression as well as epilepsy. His daughter Natalie is now a photographer. Number 11. Halley Family. July 17th, 2014 promised to be an exciting day as the Halley family, pictured here, were going to Kuala Lumpur on vacation. Their plane, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, never made it, as its flight path happened to cross overhead of a battle happening between Ukrainian troops and pro-Russian insurgents. The Navy insurgents fired a Buck surface-to-air missile at the plane, killing all 298 people on board nearly instantly. Number 12. Johnny Cash. This was Johnny Cash's final performance in September 2003. Up until his death, he was still playing shows and had just finished recording his last album. He died from diabetic complications. Number 13. Titanic. Everybody knows about the sinking of the Titanic, which killed around 1,500 passengers. But seeing a photo like this, taken as it was leaving the Irish port of Cobb, brings it back fresh to our minds. This was the supposedly unsinkable ship, though icebergs don't normally pay attention when people say things like that. Number 14. William Becker. William D. Becker, St. Louis's popular mayor, is shown in this photograph with several other notable residents of the city. The glider they were in, a Waco CG-4, was being shown off by its manufacturer at the St. Louis airport. As soon as the glider was released from its towing cable, one of its wings snapped off, sending it over 1,500 feet to the ground. Everybody on board died, and St. Louis hasn't been the same since. Number 15. Robert Overlacker. Daredevil Robert Overlacker was trying to draw attention to the plight of the homeless by jumping over Niagara Falls in a jet ski and parachuting to safety. He managed the jump, as you can see here, but he didn't manage to open the parachute on time. Number 16. Robin Williams. This Dairy Queen employee was so excited to see one of her favorite movie stars, Robin Williams, on the night of August 11th, 2014, that she had one of her other friends snap a picture of her with him. Unfortunately, that was the night that he committed suicide, and this is the final picture of him alive. Number 17. Joe Kelly. Taken on September 10th, 2001 at a New York Yankees game, this picture shows how much businessman Joe Kelly loved his two sons. Unfortunately, he was killed the next day in the 9/11 attacks. Number 18. Air France Flight 4590. This picture, taken of the ill-fated Concorde as it took off in July 2000, shows the explosion that would send it rocketing into a nearby hotel. 113 people would die in this crash, including all who were on board. Number 19. James Dean. American icon James Dean was no stranger to fast cars. He loved them. This picture shows him filling up the tank of the Porsche that he would die inside of later that day as he crashed. Number 20. George Mallory and Andrew Irvine. In 1924, Mount Everest had still not been scaled, and climbing partners George Mallory and Andrew Irvine planned to be the first ones to do it. They failed. This picture was taken of them at their base camp on the day they went missing. Number 21. Adolf Hitler. Probably one of the most hated men in history. Adolf Hitler was the leader of the Nazi Party in Germany and responsible for the deaths of millions of people. This final and rare photograph was taken of Hitler not long before he and his new wife, Eva Braun, took their own lives a day after they were married. Hitler was not willing to risk falling into the hands of his enemies. Number 22. J.R.R. Tolkien. Author of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Hobbit, and other fantasy works of literature, many of which have become quite successful movies, died in 1973 at the age of 81. This picture of Tolkien was taken just shortly before he passed away. Number 23. Richard Milhous Nixon. He was America's 37th president, and the only president to resign from the office. The former president was photographed attending the wedding of a longtime friend not long before he died in April of 1994. He was 81 at the time of his death and died a year after his wife, Pat. Number 24. Archduke Franz Ferdinand. his wife, Sophie, who was the Duchess of Hohenberg, had accepted an invitation to visit the capital of Bosnia, Sarajevo, in 1914. As the couple were making their way in the 6-car motorcade, the final picture was taken, as Ferdinand and his wife were warmly welcomed by citizens on the side of the road. Later that evening, he and his wife were assassinated when en route back to the palace. The death of Ferdinand and his wife Sophie was what spurred the beginning of World War I. Number 25. Vladimir Lenin. The final photograph taken of Vladimir Lenin was taken shortly before he suffered the final massive stroke that killed him just months before his 54th birthday. Lenin led the Bolshevik Revolution and helped